Hey, what's up, Daniel? You're on with Vinnie Paul from Hell Yeah.
Hi, Vinnie. How are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Great, man. Thanks. So how can you describe your Mexican experience so far?
Oh, man, it was, always amazing. Every time I ever played there with Pantera, it was a true joy. We played down there with Kiss. We did our own show down there. We played down there with Metallica before. I go on vacation to Cabo San Lucas all the time. So I love Mexico, man. I think it's a great place. The fans are absolutely incredible. We've never been there yet with Hell Yeah, so this show is very, very special to us, and we're looking forward to being there August 30th.
What can you tell us about your albums?
We have a newer record that just came out in June called Undeniable, which is, without a doubt, our favorite record. But with Blood for Blood, we had got to a point where, we really wanted to bring out our metal roots and do what people were familiar with us doing in our previous bands, And so we really put that together. We brought Kyle Sanders in on bass and Christian Brady, and they just really fit the chemistry of the band much better than the other guys. And so we really came into our own. We did a lot of touring for that record, and that record really got us back on course. And then with the new record, Undeniable, things have been just going great. The current single, I Don't Care Anymore, the Phil Collins song that we did that features my brother Dimebag on it, is really blowing up and doing great. So things have been going good, and hopefully the people in Mexico have had a chance to hear the Hell Yeah music before we get there. And we're going to just, have a great time that night when we're there.
For how long have you been together as a band?
Getting close to 10 years. So we have 5 records. So, yeah, we're getting close to it.
So how did everything start?
It started with a phone call, from them. Mudvayne and Nothing Face had been touring together, and Tom and Chad had started talking about putting together a band outside of their current bands that they were in at that time. And anyways, they needed a drummer, and my name kept coming up, and so they started calling me, and, this was after the tragedy that happened to Dime. And I just didn't know if I was ready to play music again or not, and they kept calling me, and one night I just said, you know what, this sounds like a damn good idea. Let's give it a shot and see what works out, And so they came to Texas about a week later, and we went right into the studio and wrote like half the record the first time they were there. And we just found out that we had great chemistry with each other. We had a lot of things in common, and we really had a passion for Hell Yeah.
To be precise, which music genre do you consider Hell Yeah is?
Well, we're definitely heavy metal, but it's a very diverse heavy metal. It's very, very heavy, but it's also very, very deep, So, and it has a lot of grooves. That's been my forte my whole life, is to make sure everything has a groove to it. So, you can call it groove metal or heavy metal, but to me, it's just heavy metal at the end of the day. And it's got a lot of peaks and valleys. When you go to a Hell Yeah show, it's like getting on a roller coaster ride. It goes up and down, it goes fast, it goes slow, it goes all over the place. And that's something that we really prided ourselves on from the beginning of this band.
What are you listening at the moment?
I just heard the new Metallica track, and it's slamming, man. It sounded great. The new Korn track is great. The bands that, all started it back in the day seem like they're really getting back to their roots, and that's what it's all about, And I think the thing that a lot of new metal bands miss out is they get a little too technical, and they get a little too involved in the Pro Tools and that kind of aspect of the studio. And sometimes it's just too much to me. It's too fast. It's over busy. It doesn't really have a song value to it. It's more of a musician value, So that's what I like about what we do with Hell Yeah. It's very musician-based, and it's very song-oriented. The song is the most important thing at the end of the day, the message and what it's all about.
Are you working on any solo albums or projects?
Well, we've been just put this new record out, and so we've been touring quite a bit. And, I have a cookbook that I'm planning on putting out around Christmas time called Drumming Up an Appetite with Vinnie Paul. And I think people will really enjoy that. But other than that, man, I'm really focused on what we're doing with Hell Yeah. We come and play for you guys there in Mexico, and then we'll go down to South America and do some really big shows, Prom Scene, which are going to be awesome. And then we come back here to the U.S. and play a bunch of big festivals with Avenged Sevenfold and Deftones. And then we do our own headline tour in November and December all over the United States and Canada. So we're very, very busy, and I really don't have time for anything else right now.
How do you feel the first time you played without Dimebag?
It was very special. We were hoping that the fans would react to it, and they did. And you know, it was a new adventure for all of us. I mean, I'd never played in a band before without my brother, you know, and it took me a while to really, you know, have to learn how to deal with that, you know. And these guys really helped me through it, and I appreciate them. And you know, Hell Yeah has gone a long way since then. You know, this was just the beginning. You know, it was a roller coaster ride like every other band I've ever been a part of. And the success that we're achieving now is what we, you know, strive for from the very beginning.
The Alter Ego fans are very excited to see you. What can you tell them?
Man, we're excited too, man. We were very pumped up. We just had 3 weeks off a couple weeks off, so we're all coming in fresh, which we needed a break there for a minute, so we're excited about that. And then we're going to play material off of all 5 records, you know, so it's going to be a great time that night, and we're coming in hot. We're going to kick some ass, and man, it's just going to be so awesome to finally get to play in Mexico, you know. And it's been a long time for me personally, and nobody else in my band's ever played in Mexico, so this is really big for us too.
Vinnie, on behalf of Alter Ego, thank you for your time.
All right, brother. Gracias. We'll see you soon.